In this video, I'm going to explain why your organization needs a trust center and the future of security questionnaires. Welcome to Vendor Fire Threat Thursday. In today's business landscape, organizations face a common challenge: the endless cycle of security questionnaires and evidence requests. Whether you're a regulated entity like a bank or a healthcare provider, a third-party vendor to those regulated entities, selling to enterprise clients, or working with government agencies, these questionnaires are a crucial part of maintaining compliance and business relationships. Financial institutions, in particular, face heightened security, requiring robust evidence of security controls, not just for themselves, but for every vendor in their supply chain. The problem is questionnaire fatigue. Each potential client sends their own questionnaire. So every time you get a questionnaire, it is unique. And these questions can overlap. In many cases, the questions are irrelevant, and we'll deal with that in another show. But yes, you're going to get asked a lot of questions, and the evidence requests pile up, requiring multiple document shares. The time spent providing this information can be gut-wrenching, and the manual tracking of who has received what and have they managed to sign off that due diligence questionnaire is difficult. So, is there a solution? And yes, a solution is a centralized trust center, a trust center that offers a strategic solution to questionnaire fatigue. Instead of repeatedly sending individual documents, you can direct auditors to specific evidence in your trust center. Maintain one source of truth for compliance documentation. You can control access to sensitive information and track who views your documentation, and update evidence at once, so benefits everyone who has access to the trust center. And what's more, the future, AI assisted compliance. The strategic advantage of being well organized with a trust center becomes even more apparent as AI technology evolves. Soon, AI agents will be able to read structured trust center documentation, automatically fill out questionnaires, match evidence to specific compliance requirements, and streamline due diligence processes. So stay tuned for our next blog on AI agents and automating the questionnaire responses. Promise you it's going to be a good one. I personally love the idea of a trust center, as it's loads of benefits. However, there are cons. Cons of company trust centers for due diligence range from risk of oversharing. Publicly available security details can be exploited by attackers if too much sensitive information is disclosed. There is a compliance burden, maintaining up-to-date certifications, policies, compliance documents, and requires ongoing effort and resources. But let's be honest, we're doubling up here. That is a requirement. It's just keeping it all in the trust center is the idea. There is a perceived lack of customization. Some potential customers may still require customized due diligence responses, which a trust center alone may not fully satisfy. So yes, there is still work over and above the trust center, and there is a potential for outdated information. If not regularly updated, a trust center can create compliance risks by presenting outdated security certifications and policies. And finally, limited scope. A trust center may not cover all the specific security concerns of every prospect partner, requiring additional manual due diligence processes. Yes, you won't tick all the boxes. The idea is to tick 90% and get that out the way. But what if I told you that you could have it all and provide access to external parties for a limited time, ensure everyone in the business updates the same documents, so no need for duplications, and in the future, you could have an AI agent complete these questionnaires based on your documentation. Enter SharePoint. Yep. Create a SharePoint site for your trust center, and here's how you can get started. Jump into the demo, and we'll get it. We'll kick it away. Okay, so we're over here in our SharePoint Admin Center, and we're going to head over to Active Sites and click Create. In here, we're going to get two options: team side or communication side. Let's go with communication, and box standard side is just fine. And click Template. Over here, we'll click type in Trust Center, and we're going to give whichever account you're using at the moment access, and so it will then go off and create the site. So this is the important part. You need to set up some sensitivity labels. Right now, because this is a demo, I haven't created anything specific. However, if I did and I created company restricted data, it will stop me from allowing external access. So I can't select that at the moment, but I do urge you to create specific sensitivity labels for your compliance documentation and outline exactly who you want to have access to that area for. We can set up the time zone and location, and then finally storage limit. I don't know about you, but those SOC reports are getting out of hand if you need 25,000 gigs worth. So let's just go with 10 gigs here and create the site. So in the back end, that's going to spin up a brand new site collection for you within your SharePoint environment. The beauty of this is it is isolated to its own site, which means it only has access. It only allows access to the users you assign access to. But we're not done. So all we want to do here is we want to go over to settings and go into more sharing settings. And in this area over here, you'll see external sharing. Currently, no people other than in your organization are allowed. What we want to do is allow new and existing guests. So guests must sign in or provide a verification code. That's important because we want people to be able to sign in so we can check to see who's doing that. And we don't want to use the default sharing link type. So it says here, choose the type of link that's selected by default when users share files and folders on the site. And so it offers only people in your organization. Over here, we want to say specific people, so they can choose who this is going to be sent to. And again, default link permission, that's set on edit. We want it on view straight away. Oh, thank you very much. We'll save and update that. And so we can go into our trust center over here. And so you can go into this, you can modify the look and feel here, you can add specific news, you can add events if you need to, but this is where we really want to work. And so we can see here, this is the location that we want to start uploading documents to. And if we go ahead and drop a document into there, we can see, there we go, vendor file privacy policy, and we can now share this document to Brad at Verified, obviously, and we can send a message that will allow them access regardless of the internal or external in the environment. And so, aim for a way, they now have access to a trust center that you can manage. And so there you have it. So there you have it. You've got your SharePoint Trust Center. And here are some best practices to get you started. Use SharePoint sensitivity labels for document classification. Create new ones specifically for your Trust Center, but those will help you implement automated exploration for external sharing links and cover you on some of the compliance requirements that you may need. Also, set up regular access reviews. Make sure that only people you give access to have access. And you can do this with some of the automation features that are built in SharePoint. One of them are the document approval workflows for those policy updates. You can obviously review access requests and process those. You can also look at expiration notifications, compliance reporting, and user access reviews. The whole idea behind having a SharePoint site that manages your trust center is to share compliance documentation securely. and track who assesses that sensitive information. Maintain the document version controls, so one version for everything, and automate common compliance workflows. So, who needs to approve this? Once it's approved, does it get published? Yes. Does everyone have access to it? Yes. That way, you can meet regulatory requirements across industries. So, by centralizing trust documentation in a dedicated SharePoint site collection, organizations can efficiently manage their security posture as well as allow other organizations access. To see how. That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed how to create a trust center on SharePoint. If you did, leave us a like and let us know in the comments what other third party risk solutions you'd like us to cover. Until next time, stay safe out there.